This is ContactTalkRadio.com. Consciousness in action. And you are taking action into your consciousness by tuning into Contact Talk Radio.
And on TuneIn.com, Hing.fm, and UpSnap Mobile.
Contact Talk Radio.
You're listening to Dear Venus with your host, Venus Andrecht.
Hi, welcome. I'm so glad to see you. How are you out there? You know, I feel very chatty today, very friendly. But, you know, I think I always do. So is it news? All right, the topic today, by the way, it's February 21st, 2012. The topic is Obsessing for Happiness. And, of course, I do take your on-air calls. I love to hear your troubles, your stories, your troubles with men and women, and I like to talk to the living and talk to the dead. And I like to help things that aren't going so well go better for you. I use a lot of good energy to do that I learned growing up at home from my mother. So here's the call-in number. Are you ready? It's all countries can use this. It's 1-877-230-3062, and again, it's 1-877-230-3062. All right, before we get to the Obsessing for Happiness, I just want to read a couple little testimonials here about the kinds of things I do. One lady wrote in, she likes to call me Mom, and I don't mind. Sometimes people think I'm their fairy godmother. That sounds pretty cute, don't you think? Hey, Mom, how are you doing? I am using your How Venus Makes Money mojo all the time. She's referring to one of the MP3 mojos on my site. I've got a lot of mojos set to music and a certain beat and rhythm on my site. I do throw out mojos often during the show, but they're different. The ones you get as MP3s, I think are better myself, and you can play them over and over. But she's referring to the How Venus Makes Money mojo. She says, I play it all the time. Each time my business takes a bit of a dip, I listen to it again, and then the business just goes bananas again. I even know exactly where on the recording to click to go straight to it, so you know how much I listen to it. Okay, she must be listening to the, it's a program or a class on How Venus Makes Money, and it has the big mojo in there. And also I have a mojo like it on the Mojo site, if that makes any sense. My website, of course, is GodIsAlwaysHappy.com. GodIsAlwaysHappy.com. Here's another one. It's Mojo Day here. I purchased the Lucky You Mojo a few months ago. I listen to it a few times a day on the way to work with great, fabulous results. Thanks for all you do, Joanne. Well, I try, don't I? All right, so let's get into Obsessing for Happiness. What started me off on this? Well, a lady in China, in Zhejiang, China, I know I didn't say that right, I apologize, wrote to me a while back. She says, I have listened to your Dear Venus radio show for several weeks now, and I think you are a kind and warm-hearted person. Thank you very much. She goes on to say, could you please tell me how you feel happy every day, because I am always upset. That got me thinking. Well, you know, I'm not happy all the time. I'm not a saint at this point. But there are ways and things we can do. We're going to talk about that. And oddly enough, strange how things come together here. The next blog that'll be up this evening, and if you're subscribed to it, the blog will come in your email probably around midnight, 3 a.m. And the blog site is godisalwayshappy.com/blog. That blog is called, it's another fine mess you got us in, Ollie. It's about a little adventure I had with my sister Polly. Things didn't go right, but I still found stuff to laugh about and be happy about, and so did she. So you have to look for things. But what I want to start with is, let's say you're unhappy. Maybe you're chronically unhappy, or maybe it hits you sometimes. You sit around and drip and ooze tears and angst. You know what? It may not be you. Sometimes it's just not you. I'll tell you my experience, my latest experience. Well, I do a lot of things just because I like to know. I'm very curious. I'm very open-minded. I listen to various religions. I go to different churches or ways of thinking. I listen to the Fox News Channel. I listen to CNN. You know, I cover the waterfront. I believe in being open to know what's out there. I've just always been this way. So recently, I signed up to take a teleclass from somebody who I'm not going to mention, a person who does work with people with prayer, which I think I love prayer. It's just another form of good energy, like I use in a sense. And this person was going to do it in a certain way and this and that. And I thought, well, I can always use some prayer. You know, I'm always throwing it out to people. I need some too. And I'm always curious about how other people do things. So I started taking this class. And I hadn't really read through it too much, but it's all about people who don't have money, are worried about money, don't have jobs. They need prosperity, abundance, and they're sunk in gloom and all this. And this person is working on them to get them out of it. And we're all thrown together in this great big group. And there's some calls in the evenings where everybody gets on, and this person does their thing, and other people in the audience talk and say what's happening to them and yada yada. Well, you know what? Everybody's saying, oh, they're feeling wonderful and these great things are happening and they're not worried anymore. And, you know, a few people dare to say that, well, they feel a lot worse. But, you know, that always happens. But what I started noticing was, and I wasn't really noticing, but I started worrying about money. I got frantic about money, about being able to make a living, being able to stay in my house, not being able to pay the people who have helped me, who rely on me, you know, because I've had people with me for many, many years that rely on me, and on and on. And I was just absolutely going out of my mind. I was waking up in the middle of the night, you know, that 3 a.m. time, and thinking about all these things. And I was just an absolute wreck. I mean, this went on for a couple of weeks, and then I started thinking something happened on one of the calls that I was on. There was a breakthrough. Somebody who was on shouldn't have gotten through, and she was screaming and yelling at one of her kids or carrying on. It was like, oh, very shocking. You know, these things can happen to anybody who's doing a teleclass, but it shook me up. And then I started thinking, you know what? There's a lot of people on this call. I mean, there could have been hundreds on this call. I said, I think that I fell into all this worry. All these people are terribly worried about money. I think I caught it. I think I just got in there, because you know how I am. I'm a real sensitive, very, very sensitive. I'm so sensitive, I have to be extremely careful, as many of you are, so I know you understand this. I mentioned it to a friend of mine, and she said her feeling was I was absolutely right, because she's pretty aware also. And we chatted about it, and as soon as we chatted about it and I realized it, bam, it was gone. I did a little work on myself, you know, to knock it off. I did some good mojo energy work. Bam, it's gone. Haven't had it since. Haven't had it since. You know, I have issues in my life. We all have issues. We all have at least one thing, usually more. Because I work with people. I've worked with people for years and years over the phone with their problems, and we all have them. But let me tell you, worrying about money, that's not one of my problems. You know, I reserve my angst for other things. Not that. So don't always just assume that you're feeling unhappy because of your own life or yourself. Think about it. Look around. Talking about obsessing, because the title of this is Obsessing for Money. A lot of us obsess. I obsess. I get so things go round and round and round in my head. I try and use it. When I realize I'm obsessing, I choose a topic, and then I put my mind on that topic, and that's how I get a lot of work done, because all I can think about is writing my latest book or MP3 or class or whatever it might be. You know, my brother Jim, I talk about him quite a bit, and I blog about him a lot because he's just a piece of work. He is just someone you can really blog about. There's one last week. It's up still. It's always up. They're always there. But this one is called The Best Job to Have, and he's in that. And a picture of his stationary mobile kitchen. You might enjoy it. Blog site, godisαλwayshappy.com/blog. So he's always obsessing and worrying about money and keeping it going. And, well, he should, because it is not easy. But he was over one day and he was going on and on and on and on. I said, Jim, whenever you're obsessing over bad stuff, just see it as a lizard with a long brown tail. That's how it came into my head, because I have visions of things. This is one of the ways I work. And I said, grab that lizard by the tail. Grab any lizard by the tail, and the tail breaks off. If you're a country person, you know that. That allows the lizard to get away. I said, so grab that long, brown, scaly tail of worry. It'll break off, and then throw it away. Throw that tail over the fence and start seeing a luminous blue lizard, and that is the good you obsess over. Now, that's what I saw for him, but I can see it for all of us. Whenever you find yourself obsessing over worry, being unhappy, complaining, the whole thing, there's your big, brown, scaly lizard. Grab it by the tail, throw the tail out the window or over the fence, and see a big, luminous blue lizard that's good and happy, and obsess over that. Practice obsessing over happiness. You got to be careful who you look at, too, by the way. I've told you this story before, but it woke me up. I was fine. I was just bopping through the grocery line years ago, and I was fine, I was just fine. And there was this guy in front of me, and he had the worst case of acne I ever saw. I mean, it was startling. It was just, you couldn't take your eyes off it, so I couldn't. And I kept looking. Well, you know what? That evening and the next day, I broke out the worst case of acne I'd ever had, and I realized I can't even look at people or things that are negative or unhappy or whatever. I take it on. And I know I'm extreme, but I bet you have at least some of that, and some of you are extreme, or maybe even more extreme than I am. So I had to protect myself, and I don't look at people with physical problems or ailments. I mean, not because I'm a bad person or I think it's bad. It's just I can't for my own health. And it's not so easy to see the people with inner griefs and agonies. Sensitive people such as yourself, you pick up on these negative energies and you think they're yours, which brings on often sudden despairs and agonies. Being unhappy. Jim was saying, my brother was saying, he's learning now to start his day with gratitude, with everything he's happy about, the good things in his life. He's meditating. He's good at it, too. He can put the light on somebody and make things happen. I think everybody in my family has that ability. He starts by reading a positive book, and he starts by calling me. I get calls almost every morning. He wants me to cheer him up. He wants me to throw him good mojos. He wants me to put the light on him, the energy. One thing I do is early in the morning I drink coffee and stare into space. I don't happen to think coffee's bad for you unless it is. Cheers me up. And I stare into space and I see visions and I hear things and I get ideas, and it just helps me get a good start. You got to catch yourself. Again, you got to catch yourself as soon as you realize you're obsessing over bad things. So grab the lizard's tail and toss it. I want to mention to you something else. I'm reading a great book, and in the front part it had something from the Lotus Sutra. This is Buddhism. And the Lotus Sutra said, living in this world is like living in a house on fire. Living in this world is like living in a house on fire. Now, isn't that the truth? And from someone else named Shide, S-H-I-D-E, a Tang Dynasty monk. I understand all of this, but the last sentence, if you get it, let me know. But I like it anyway. He said, what is there to worry about in life? Just follow the causes and conditions. In other words, everything's coming and going. Everything's coming and going. He says, just follow the causes and conditions. Days and months go by like waves. Everything is impermanent. And the last line is, time passes like fire in the stone. I'm not sure what that means. First of all, you're not going to be here long on this earth, and neither am I. So much of your happiness is, you don't have to have it. It's like when I was going through this money thing, all of a sudden I thought I had a little symptom of something dire, because I get like that. And I thought, who cares about worrying about money? That's ridiculous. It's a stupid thing. Of course, I didn't have anything dire. It was just a wake-up call. And I said, why am I worrying about money? Why am I worrying about anything? What a waste of time. What a waste of time. So I don't do that. I mean, I'm trying not to do that anymore. And I gave myself another note here. But let me see. Sometimes I get mixed up on my notes. So, well, read my blog. I already talked about that briefly because I aim to make you laugh and be happy with all the 2 true stories of my life. That's my goal with that because stuff happens to us. We're all in that burning house that's called life. And with every true story I tell you, toward the end, I always see the point of it. So if you like my blogs and they make you happy, they start your day better, email them on. Everybody needs to start the day laughing, don't you think? Because a lot of people have trouble. We all need to learn to obsess over happiness. If you don't see the fun and outrageous humor in almost everything, well, that's the only way you can live in this world. Because otherwise, you just suffer. And I say to myself, it's all going to happen as it does. So demand of yourself that you just be happy anyway. And you know what? A little wine helps too. Or gin. Don't be so hard on yourself. Really enjoy yourself. Wanted to read something here that, an email that came in to me because, I'll tell you about it in a minute because I see it's break time. After break, I'll read you that fun email and announce a few things, and then we'll get your calls. Oh, there's a free line here. Oh, my gosh, free line. Oh, just started ringing. Doesn't mean they'll get through. 1-230-3062, 1-230-3062. Venus Andrecht with that Dear Venus show. I'll be right back.
Venus thinks the world needs cheering up. Let me tell you, her blog certainly does that. Every week it's a true story about her life and the people in it. Here are a few comments. Oh, thank you. I am laughing so hard. Every Wednesday it's great to start my day like this. And love, love, love to read your blogs. You always make my day. I have emailed your blogs on to many people this year. And your blogs are profound, prophetic, and wise. They make me laugh and cry and everything in between. And, okay, Venus, I almost spewed coffee out of my nose reading this one. Too funny. By the way, her family subscribes to her blog for their own protection. You can subscribe too. Just look for the orange-colored feed at the top of the blog. You can find the latest and often harrowing adventures in Venus's life at godisalwayshappy.com/blog. That's godisalwayshappy.com/blog.
Do you know that all of the Dear Venus shows are archived? You can listen to them anytime. To find the Dear Venus show with Venus Andrecht on iTunes podcasts, the archive shows, or to have the current show emailed to you each week, go to Venus's website at godisalwayshappy.com. Click on the radio section on the homepage. That's all there is to it. You can have Venus with you anytime, all the time. You may start to feel like she's moved in with you. You can find her archive shows at godisalwayshappy.com in the radio section on the homepage.
Venus has become a little gnome in the back room, busily painting switches for your wall lights and 6x8-inch Good Luck Mojo paintings. Why? Because she started painting light switches for people who listen to her Dear Venus show. Every time you turn on these light switches, you turn on the good mojo energy. Well, the wall plates are a big hit, and Venus can barely keep up with the demand. You can see and purchase them on her artmojos.com website. And many of you have asked Venus to paint smaller, good mojo art so you can put it up in your office cubicles, your car, smaller rooms in your house, and so you can carry it around with you. So now the gnome named Venus is busy making little 6 by 8 inch paintings filled with light and good energy of all different types and kinds. When you purchase any painting, you can email Venus exactly the kind of mojo you want put into it, and she'll put it there personally just for you. She'll write it on the back of the painting too, no matter what the size. To see the 6 by 8 inch paintings and all of her paintings, plus the light switches, please go to artmojos.com. That's artmojos.com.
You know what Venus's mojos are. They are the benevolent energies her mother taught her to pull from the universe. The good energy mojos of all different kinds that help people in all different ways. Venus gathers these energies up from the universe and tosses various ones to all of you each week on this radio show. On her website, Venus has 8 more pretty impressive mojos that have garnered many happy testimonials. Mojos that she has taped with extra added energy and had them each set to special music and turned into MP3s. You can purchase these MP3s off Venus's website for a nominal fee and listen to them over and over again. Venus currently has a special running on all 8 mojos for $20 off. You can find these mojos on Venus's website, GodIsAlwaysHappy.com. And there are more unique mojos coming as MP3s, so be sure and check back off into Venus's site, GodIsAlwaysHappy.com.
Did you know that Venus does private phone sessions where she digs into the problems or concerns you have with people in your life? These issues can be with men, women, or children, and they can be dead or alive. Venus works to give you a better understanding of what people are thinking about you and your problems. By doing this, she gives you knowledge and peace of mind. Venus also works to help change situations and bring good things into your life after each phone session. After the clock is turned off, Venus does something extra special for you. She asks the high beings to bring through a personal mojo, just for you. Something they feel you may need in your life to make things better. For Venus's rates, how she works, and to set up a session, please go to GodIsAlwaysHappy.com. That's GodIsAlwaysHappy.com. If you really want and need to know about someone or something, email Venus now.
Listening to Dear Venus with your host, Venus Andrecht.
Hi, welcome back. Oh, it's so good to see you again. Hey, next call. Not call, class, not class. What am I? I'm on the radio. Am I out of my head already? Probably so. I've been looking at the chat room and thinking about people's problems over there. We got a wonderful live chat room. You might want to check it out. Sometimes I answer things there if I have enough time. Next show, February 28th, 2012, next Tuesday. Show title is, Do We Have the Answers to Life? I'm going to look into that question. We'll see what we come up with. And, okay, here's what's happening now. Some of you who are on my old mailing list are getting a lot of postcards from me with my paintings on them, and they're saying things like, go to my website and click on the blue headphones, and you get a free MP3 mojo with the music called No Matter What Happens, Everything Is Always Okay. Summer's doing that. I'm doing that. We're doing that because I'm getting rid of my old company that has a mailing list and getting a new one. So I want to bring as many of you over to my new list as will come. So when you sign up for that, you get on my new list. So I apologize if you're getting them over and over, but we have to do, I think 2 more are coming out, something like that. But if you don't sign up for my new list, that's it. You're gone. I have no more contact with you. I can't let you know anything. I did have a lady who heard from me, and she said, oh my gosh, Venus, I've looked for you everywhere since 2007. She was on a personal list I have on my computer. And she just said, I've been looking for you. I had a reading. It was fabulous. You really helped me so much. I've been wanting a reading ever since, and I keep looking for you. Can't find you in this. And I was thinking again last night, I got to talk to you. And you came up on my computer. God is good. Well, you know, I'm glad it worked. I'm glad you found me. But I think you can find me out there in the internet world under Venus Andrecht. I should be a lot of different places. But anyway, it was really sweet to hear from her. So what I'm doing, I'm running a contest. All of you who have signed up for my newest mailing list, if you've gotten the mojo, the free mojo with, by clicking on the headphones, you're on the new mailing list. So I'm choosing 4 winners from that. 4 people to get one 15-minute free phone session with me. Okay? And you can only be in this pot if you get on my new mailing list. If you're already there, you're in the pot. So, I chose one this morning, and her name is, where is it? Oh, here it is. Her name is Nanine or Nina Locke, L-O-C-K-E. I've already emailed her. So if you're a winner, I'll choose 3 more winners as these postcards keep going out, and I will email you if you're a winner for a 15-minute reading with me. All right. Anything else I need to tell you? Okay. Remind me that after the next break, I want to ask your opinion on something. I need your help with something, so we'll leave that till after the break, because right now I want to look at what your problems are and see what I can do for you. I got a full board here at the moment, but first of all, I want to go over to the chat room, and there's a fellow over here, a man or a woman, I'm not sure, named Mac. Mac, are you a man or a woman? Hello, Mac. Mac said she's having trouble with her eyes, and I typed in what kind of problems. Something about feels gritty at the bottom, and the letters seem a bit elongated. And this person mentioned that they have like a phobia with doctors and diseases and stuff. And, I just have to answer him because I have that phobia too. And like anybody with phobias, it makes perfect sense to us. We have every right to have these phobias, don't we? We have every reason to be suspicious and afraid of doctors and diseases. We pick these phobias up somewhere. This person, Max, has got a problem here, phobic about medical things. So, Mac, I feel for you. Female. Mac just said female. Okay, bit harder for me to read through email because I don't have what they do for a living or their age or work or anything or the color of hair, but hey, I'm going to give it a go. You know how I am. I'm always willing to jump off a cliff, and if I look stupid, so what? So, Mac, I'm going to look into you, and then we're going to go to the boards here. The phone board. So just hang on a minute, everybody. Let me go into Mac. Going into Mac, who's having trouble with her eyes, and she's got medical phobia. So just relax. Mac, I'm not a doctor. Not sure what I am. I'm just here to help, right? Sometimes I think we're all just here to help. We're all here to help each other. I believe that, among other things. Okay, Mac, so I'm in your head, looking out through your eyes and feeling gritty. Feeling gritty. Okay, feeling gritty. Feeling gritty. Okay, first thing you need to do is you need to do an eye rinse. You can go to the grocery store, no doctors there, and you can get just a simple rinse and start rinsing your eyes, get the grit out of there. I also think you need to have your eyes checked. I know you don't want to go to a doctor. Go to an ophthalmologist, an eye doctor, and be checked for the fluid levels in your eye. I think you can be fixed, no problem, but it just feels like, I feel like some scratching can be done of your eyes. You need to get this cleared out, and have the fluid levels checked. And I keep, do some eye exercises. You ought to see me. I'm squinting my eyes, flicking my eyes around. I look like a lizard, speaking of lizards earlier, if you could just see me. Roll your eyes around, up and down, figure eights, do a lot of eye exercises, rinse them out, and go see somebody, because we need to take care of our eyes. But you'll be fine, Mac, okay? Take a Xanax and go. That's what I do. I'm very free with my advice here. I'm not a medical person. I'm not a drug person. But, finally, after all these many years, I gave in, and I'll take a little bit of Xanax before I have to go do something like this. And, I can actually have a good time when I do that. So, Mac, let me know how you're doing. All right? She just put up dyed brown hair light. Too late. All right, let's get to the phones here. Let's go with Sandy in Florida. Where are you in Florida, Sandy? What town, city? Sandy? I don't hear anybody. There you are, Sandy.
Yeah?
There you are.
Ah, good.
Hi. What town or city are you in?
I'm in Perry.
Perry, Florida. All right.
Town.
Yes?
It's
Do you have a lot of
very
bugs there?
town.
Do you have a lot of bugs there? When I've been to Florida, they have these little Valentine bugs, I call them, that stick to your sweaty skin.
I think we have a lot of bugs.
Yeah.
it's so warm, I guess.
Yeah.
They don't.
That's what
die.
I remember about Florida. So, Sandy, what are we going to do with you today?
Well, I have a landlord that I just moved from the Carolinas, and and she messed. I mean, everything that she could do, she did. She wasn't paying her mortgage. She wasn't fixing the leaky roof, and then the heat went out, and then she finally had to admit that she was going to give the house back. But the thing is she kept giving me problems, and there's a certified letter floating out there waiting to catch up with the Pony Express mail we have,
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't get her to come over to inspect the house whenever I was leaving. And so what I did was I had 3 people come over and sign off on, hey, this house is clean, this house is
all right,
got it, all this other stuff. And
okay, so
I just was wondering if she's going to give me more problems.
what's her first name? About how old is she?
Patricia. She is about 55, 56, and she's got red hair.
I see her. I was going to ask if she had dyed red hair.
I don't know whether it's dyed red hair, but it's red.
Okay, got her. Well, she came right in real strong. Sandy, how old are you? What do you do?
I'm 59, and I'm not doing anything right now except for following my husband around.
Okay.
And I have brown hair.
Okay. All right, Sandy, I'm coming into you. Da-da-da-da. There you are. And now I've got Patricia out here. She was right in my face, maybe more right in your face than that red hair. Okay. Patricia, I'm a friend of Sandy's, and I'm just here to help you both. I want to know about the house. Can I talk to you, please? House or condo? What is it?
It's a house.
House. Okay, I want to know about the house. Okay, Patricia, can I come in and talk to you, please? I'm just trying to help out here. I'm just sort of like, a mediator, that kind of thing. What are you thinking? What are you feeling? She's just, I feel sorry for her. She's brought on a lot of her own problems. Maybe all of them, in fact. She just feels empty. She feels like she has nothing. She feels like she has nowhere to go. She's angry. She'd like to get some more money out of you as she could because she needs it. But are you planning to do anything about that, Patricia? Are you planning to give her more problems? She may try. She may look for you, find you, send you something, say something. I would just ignore it if you can.
Well, you might tell Patricia that, she's more at fault than I am. I mean,
yeah, but she's not being, honey, she's not being sensible.
Oh,
the problem is she's not thinking straight. Here's what I'm trying to tell you. Most of the problems, if not all the problems, are her fault. She's not thinking straight. She's doing the wrong things. And to take after you and try to get money and do this and that is just wasting her time. She feels like she has nothing, nowhere. I don't know if that's true, but nothing and nowhere. And so you're it at the moment. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm out of her now and I'm pushing her back. I'm pushing her back away from you, using energy in a good way to push her away from you and to tell her, I'm saying, find something else to do, Patricia. Find your own happy life. Find happiness. Find somewhere else to be and do. You're going nowhere, you're making things worse. I'm going to send her some good energy. Woo! 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 All right. That's what I get on her, Sandy. It's next time, be more careful. I think that you went into this without really thinking it through or realizing that there are people like this or letting her get away with stuff. I'm glad you finally left for whatever reasons. Next time, just remember this experience, okay?
Yeah, it seems like I've got a new place that I'm renting, and the roof is nice. Everything's nice about it.
Yeah.
And the owner is renting through a realtor. Renting it out to me through a realtor.
Okay.
So I don't think I'm going to have any problems.
What color is that house? I'll look at it real quick.
It's kind of it's a cedar house. It's kind of light brown.
Okay, yeah, I saw a tan, but that's good enough. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just look. Let me look. This house. Feels good, smells good. I think you're okay there. Let me see. Anything else she needs to know before I let Sandy go? Anything she needs to know? No.
Is there anything about the neighborhood?
No, just a minute. I'm just asking them what they want to tell you. Hang on. Anything she needs to know? It feels like a nice place. Is there a woods nearby or a lot of trees somewhere close or something cool and nice? I feel something like that.
Is there what?
I feel something cool and nice, like trees or shaded area or something really nice that's nearby where you're living. Are you aware of what I'm talking about?
Not really, because, I mean,
well, it might be a park, or it might be, I don't know what it is, and I don't know why they're showing me, but it has good energy. Go out and look for it. Start walking around and look for this place. It would be good for you. And also, I feel flowers around your house. If they're not there, plant them. Or if there's some there, plant more. It just brings in good energy. I feel you'll be happy there. All right. I got to go because it's break time.
Thank you very
much.
Sandy?
Happiness. Wishing you well.
Thank
All
you.
right. You're welcome, Sandy. All right. You know what? I'm going to take a really short break. I'm going to be right back to take your calls. And, I'm going to ask you if you can help me with some ideas. Venus Andrecht with the Dear Venus Show.
Venus thinks the world needs cheering up. Let me tell you, her blog certainly does that. Every week it's a true story about her life and the people in it. Here are a few comments. Oh, thank you. I am laughing so hard. Every Wednesday it's great to start my day like this. And love to read your blogs. You always make my day. I have emailed your blogs onto many people this year. And your blogs are profound, prophetic, and wise. They make me laugh and cry and everything in between. And, okay, Venus, I almost spewed coffee out of my nose reading this one. Too funny. By the way, her family subscribes to her blog for their own protection. You can subscribe too. Just look for the orange-colored feed at the top of the blog. You can find the latest and often harrowing adventures in Venus's life at godisalwayshappy.com/blog. That's godisalwayshappy.com/blog.
I'm Venus's daughter, Summer McStravick, and I hope you can join me for my online radio show, Flow Dreaming. Visit my website, flowdreaming.com, for all the dates and times it plays. That's Flow Dreaming. I hope to see you there.
Where soul meets body.
You know you don't feel well, and your doctor can't tell you why. Quit worrying and get the answers you need. Dr. Ron Myers is a medical intuitive with a special gift. He sees into and hears what your body is saying it needs to feel healthy and strong again. Go to insightdoctor@yahoo.com. That's insightdoctor@yahoo.com. After just one consultation with Dr. Myers, Venus often gets emails from her listeners about the many health improvements and peace of mind they experience. For information about consultations with Dr. Myers, go to insightdoctor@yahoo.com. That's insightdoctor@yahoo.com.
Become a power manifester with Summer McStravick's complete Flow Dreaming Library CD set. Finally, here is a real practical technique that you can do in 15 minutes a day to activate the law of attraction in your life. No meditation, no long learning curve. Summer shows you how to easily start rewriting your energy patterns now. Go to flowdreaming.com to listen to actual excerpts of the CDs as you become a power manifester. Visit flowdreaming.com.
You can reach Venus for your own private reading by visiting GodIsAlwaysHappy.com and using the contact form to reach Venus. You can also enter to win a free psychic reading with Venus by signing up for her blog or newsletter at GodIsAlwaysHappy.com. Venus draws winners' names each week. Plus, you can follow her very interesting life. That's GodIsAlwaysHappy.com. You're listening to Dear Venus with your host, Venus Andrecht.
Hi. Hey, I'm glad you're still here. I'm glad you're with me. Consider joining the chat room. I mean, it's really great over there. People have a good time. And in a couple of minutes, I'm going to look at a couple of dogs people are asking me about over there. And then I'll be to the phones. But I just want to ask you a question first. I've been thinking that maybe I should start doing some teaching, like some teleclasses. I've forgotten about it. I used to be a teacher. I used to teach, believe it or not, I used to teach for big companies, big corporations. I used to travel all over around the world. I'd work on and teach and train for like 3 days at a time, paid fabulously well, fabulous money. Woo, woo, but absolutely wore me out traveling and all of the training. But teleclasses wouldn't do that. They're much more manageable. And I was talking with a friend, and she mentioned I should do teaching. I thought, funny thing, I was just thinking about that. I was thinking maybe to start, I would do a teleclass with using my book, Certain Men. You know that book, Certain Men, How to Unlove Them, Unneed Them, and Replace Them with a Good Guy. It's also about certain women, too, and certain people, because there's a lot of them out there. Is how to get these people out of your life and have a happy life and have a happy love life and knowing how to choose. I mean, that's my whole history up to like 15 years ago now when I just finally learned how to cut it all out. Just changed my life 100%. And a lot of stories about me and all the women and men I worked with who needed my help and how they've changed their lives. It's a fun book, and I have people email me all the time and save their life or whatever. You can find it on Amazon.com. It always has 5 stars. I personally run out of the books, and I'm having it turned into an ebook. So you'll be able to buy it much more cheaply and download it. I think I'd have you do that for the class. But my question is, what kind of things would you like me to teach about in this class? I would love to have your questions. So if you would email me, you can reach me through my website, GodIsAlwaysHappy.com, or you can email me directly, Venus@VenusAndrecht.com. Make sure you remind me what you're emailing about. And I'll see what I can pull together. If there's enough interest, we just might do that. I think it'd be a lot of fun. And I'm thinking I'd probably be doing some personal work with the bunch of you, too. I would make sure you didn't pick up other people's bad stuff. And I'm thinking, every person who signed up for the class, I would work on you personally, not in person, but through the air like I do. I would have your name in front of me, and I would just work on you. So you get extra, too. You get a lot. You would get a lot. It would be a good class. I always give my all, and I really think it would help you and change things. So if you have ideas about what you'd like me to talk about regarding that, especially if you read my book, please email me. Thank you. And we have another winner today. This is the regular Tuesday winner. Sometimes I think, gosh, I need more paying work here. I give away so much for free. But I do phone work. I do private readings, and I've been doing this for probably 30, 35 years, and I'm pretty good at what I do. If you want to know my rates or how I work and to contact me, again, my website, GodIsAlwaysHappy.com, and look under readings. You can reach me that way and find out all you want to know, I hope. So the winner today, if you're on my mailing list, which we talked about earlier, if you're on my mailing list, you're in the pot to win. And I announce the winner every show, and if you hear your name and contact me within the allotted time, you get a free 10-minute reading. The winner today is Brenda Pietras, Pietras. And Brenda, this is valid through 2/27/12. After that, it's null and void. All right, let's get back over here. I had a couple of dogs I want to look at. On the chat room, Amanda has I believe it's a German Shepherd, Miss Black. who has a lot of tumors. According to the vet, they can cut them out. They're cancer, they think. Amanda, I've cured a lot of dogs and cats with Paw d'Arco tea. A lot of people get good results too, but it's Paw, P-A-U. Next word D, third word Arco, A-R-C-O. Paw d'Arco tea. Get a really good quality. You might get it in capsules. I give my cat 1 capsule a day in her food, emptied into her food, because she tends toward just issues. And as long as I give it to her, she's fine. Moving to Coco, another dog, Coconut, right? Coconut, with bad hind legs. Well, treat Coconut as you would a person. Give Coconut a lot of bones, right, as you would a person. Well, you know, I've talked about bone marrow soup. I make a lot of bone marrow soup in my crock pot. We were talking about crock pots on the page over here a while ago before we started the class or the radio show. I just cook my bones with bone marrow in water, wine, a little vinegar all day and make a soup out of that. But you can give the dogs the bones with bone marrow. Very good for them. And then glucosamine, chondroitin. You can find mixtures of things with MSM. There's a lot of really good quality stuff out there for people to take away pain, to rebuild cartilage, to work with the arthritis. So look for something you might give a person if you had it, some really good high quality stuff, and start giving it to your dogs with these hind leg or hip problems. You know, it takes a while. Just keep giving it. Just dump it in their food. You know, I have found that dogs will eat anything. Cats, they're a different matter. Okay, I'm getting back to the phones here. Oops, somebody dropped off. They couldn't wait anymore. Had to go back to work. So there's another line free, 230. No, it's 877-230-3062. Let's see, 877-230-3062. That line is open. All right. Heather in Beverly Hills, Florida. Somebody else in Florida with the bugs. Heather, what can I do for you?
Hi, Venus. I just wanted to see if you would look into me and see if there's anything that I should maybe be doing that I'm not, you know.
Well, give us a hint out here in Radio Land. We could go anywhere or come up with anything, and you might be sorry. Any particular area?
I don't know, like career-wise, I guess.
You guess? You don't know? Are you kind of iffy about life right now?
Yes.
Uh-huh. Oh, that's one thing I see. What, hon?
I kind of feel like I've been going a little bit crazy, little by little, over the last couple of years.
Why do you think you've been going crazy the last couple of years?
I don't know. Everything just seems upside down.
Well, tell us about it. What are your feelings? What are you thinking or feeling? And then I'll go inside and look at all that, okay?
It just seems like everything that I thought was real just suddenly feels like it isn't. And
well, you know what? You're right. Nothing is real, don't you know? Everything's an illusion in this world. Truly so.
I know.
Do you
and
know that?
Yes, I actually, think that a lot. That, I'm just.
So you're kind of upended. Heather, it feels like you're upended, like everything you thought was real is not. And now you're looking for new belief systems, new things to hang on to make you feel stable.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes, you could say it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you know what, honey? What's happening to you is a good thing.
I hope
we
so.
could wish it on more people. Look, when our bubbles are broken open, when we find out what we believed all our lives is not true, the people are not true to us, or whatever it might be, there might be a whole bunch of them, it's like, wow, are we lucky? It's like being inspired or being uplifted or having an epiphany, something like that. And we're left feeling all scrabbly, like inside you. You feel all scrabbly, like little scrambled eggs flying in different directions, and all the air is blowing through.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you want to grab out. You're trying to grab at things through the air, something to make you feel stabilized again. Okay, first of all, just realize, and this is for everybody out there because, a lot of people feel this way. They have points in their life when this happens. Realize this is a good thing. Go into free fall. Let yourself fall. Let yourself float. Let it happen. You can't do otherwise anyway.
Yeah.
You'll just drive yourself nuts or make yourself feel crazy if you think this is something wrong with you or something bad, let's say. It's not. You're in free fall. Let it happen, honey. Let it go. Oh, people would give a lot to have what you're having. People study for years different religions and ways of thinking to lose all of their illusions.
Well,
to simply be here now with whatever it is or isn't is happening. It's like getting the kundalini to shoot up out at the top of your head. Woo! You know. So that's what I feel for you. Let it happen. It doesn't matter. You can't make something happen or unhappen. Watch carefully. Watch everything that's flying around you, that comes close to you, that gives you an opportunity. You will have an opportunity to choose different beliefs, different belief systems, different ways of thinking that you can latch onto, and that's what you will hold on to for maybe the rest of your life or until you outgrow them. But in truth, there is no reality. Mm-hmm. There are no belief systems that are real. It's all fake. We're all just playing at it. It's like we're all playing house. We're all on stage. We're all pretending. You know, we can have really strong belief systems and our life is very stable and bam, the rug, like they say, is just pulled out from under us and we've hit the floor and smashed our head. You can be dead in a second. Or your life can change in a moment. You're driving your car and somebody comes across with a motorcycle, bam, right through your front window and you're gone. Or you're paralyzed. Do you realize this can happen?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so what's happening to you, my sense, is a good thing. It feels awful. It's scary. It's frightening. But it's trippy. Okay?
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah. So it really doesn't matter what it is or isn't. I could look into all the different things, but I'd come up with the same answer for you. You're in a wonderful position, a wonderful spot. Just relax, lean back into it, watch everything, let it happen, and rebuild your belief systems if that's what you want to do. Do you know there's a lot of people, gurus, lamas, whatever, people who are really saints, whatever they may be. There's a lot of fake ones, by the way, but I mean the real ones, that's how they live. They live in nothingness. They live in the unknowingness. They live without belief systems. Think how must that feel all the time. You're always right here, right now with whatever is happening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Everybody wants that, Heather. You're a lucky girl. Did you know that?
No, but I do now.
Good! Thank you for calling, darling.
Thanks.
All right, bye-bye. Well, that was very, very cool, wasn't it? I love that. I love that. It kind of fits in with the topic we had today about obsessing for happiness, you know? Just let everything be and just let it happen and find the good in it. Find the happiness in it. Okay, let's see. One more person, and I also want to do a mojo. So this person will probably get a mojo, which you'll all get. Maria in Toronto. Hello, Maria.
Hello?
Yes, what can I do for you today?
Thanks for taking my call, by the way.
You're welcome.
I would like to, there is one person that I recently met, so I would like to know what's going on because I was getting strong intuition about this person, and I seen dreams, and I thought he was the person in the dream, but the reality does not really reflect the relationship. Like, it's not happening.
Okay, I've only got 2 minutes. What's the name?
His name is Jeff.
Jeff. And you want to know what's the scoop here with you and Jeff? Yes?
I'm sorry?
You want to know about your relationship with Jeff?
Yeah. I would like what he's thinking.
Okay, Jeff, how old is he? Color hair?
27 and
what does he do?
Hair.
What does he do for a living?
Working as a paramedic.
Okay, Maria and Jeff. Jeff, how do you feel about Maria? You know, Jeff's very intense. He's also kind of ADD. I feel like he goes here, he goes there, he runs here, he runs there. He may run hot or cold. Boom, boom, boom. Does this sound like your Jeff?
Somewhat, yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is what I see. This is what I feel. So you're kind of like on the outside, and you're getting hit with this or not. He's there. He's not. Emotionally, physically. What? You're always trying to track him somehow. He's so busy inside himself and what he's doing, it's hard for him to concentrate on one person like you or anybody at the moment. Okay? So that's what's happening. I would tell you, stand back, watch and observe, enjoy what you have of him when you have him. Notice any discrepancies. It may not be the perfect piece of pie like your dreams said. It may be more of just a regular relationship. You know how they are. Okay?
So he's
All
not
right.
the one or anything like that?
I don't know. I think he's going to give you a run for your money if you'll let him. He's going to keep you up and down a lot. Is that what you want? No. Okay, so I would give it some time. I go up and down with him for a while. Just don't get caught in it, and then you decide what you want to do with it, okay?
Okay.
All right. Hang on a second. I got to do a mojo, and you're right here, so I'm going to hit you first, okay? Oh, we're out of time. Here's a mojo. This is for happiness. Happiness and all good things. Woo, woo, woo. Bam, 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 bam. See you next week, Venus Andrecht with the Dear Venus Show.